Rod, first of all, why did you decide to organise this conference?
Well, we do a lot of work on market research and looking at forecasting in the food service sector, and that tends to be from recent history we draw our data from, and then what's happening at the moment versus what's about to happen in the next short to medium term. And we thought it'd be interesting or exciting actually to look at what's happening a bit further ahead, a bit of stargazing perhaps into new technology and innovation coming through that will affect how we work in the industry and how we plan and create new opportunities or even avoid new threats.
Now, because things are moving so quickly, how far ahead do you think you can realistically look?
Well, that's a hard one. Some things, if you look at some of these technologies, you can see how they can apply pretty quickly, and some of them are a bit harder to guess how they might be applied in a practical sense. But the important thing is that we have our eyes open and we look and understand what's coming so that we can sort of move when we need to, take opportunities when we need to, and avoid threats. Because if we don't move, someone else might, and our competitors might get an advantage. So it's an interesting look into the future, hopefully, and we're quite excited about it.
I like the phrase, and it's a bit of a buzz phrase at the moment, digital disruption. What does that mean?
Well, it means a lot. The classic example we all are quite aware of is the Uber concept, but there are things happening where this digital world we live in now gives opportunities for people to bypass normal barriers to entry into a marketplace. In our market we have, for example, distributors who end up deciding quite often which products get included in their offerings to operators in the food channels. And this type of disruption might give you the opportunity to bypass those normal barriers or establish yourself until the distributors pick you up, for example. So there are all sorts of opportunities that the digital disruption these mobile platforms offer that weren't around before. And there's lots of apps and ideas and concepts out there that are creating these opportunities. Sometimes it's hard for us to understand how that technology will be applied in our own situation. So what we're doing in this event is trying to show you what's coming, what's out there, and then let the creative juices work to see how that might apply or present itself in the market in the future.
On your headline, you've got know first, be first, profit first. Important, isn't it?
Correct, yes. So what we're trying to do, and Craig Rispin, who is the futurist that we've contracted for this event, he is a fascinating guy, one of the most interesting nerds I've ever met, and great speaker. And he uses examples from all over the world to demonstrate how these things actually get applied and get a commercial return. So that's his catchphrase. Find out what's going on first, apply it first, and then make money out of it first. Now, some things you want to avoid first, but this is part of what we're trying to achieve.
Of course, it's easy for some of the bigger operators to do this because they can just the scale of it makes it okay. But for the mum and dad operation or the single person operation, a lot of more thought's got to go into it, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And you'll see that there are examples we've seen where some of the fast food chains have introduced touchscreen ordering, and that would have required a fair capital equipment and a lot of work to roll it out. And those sort of investments, they've got a scale where they'll see an economic return fairly quickly. However, the smaller guys won't have those same sort of scales or capital to invest. So this is where some of the digital disruption apps and some of these tools, which will be applied across the market, can apply to the smaller guys and get a return.
So what do you hope somebody attending this conference is going to go away thinking? What are you hoping they're going to get from it?
First of all, is inspiration, a bit of creativity, and trying to get people all of us are going to work in this sector every day. They're doing the same things and sourcing products and selling and managing our brand in this space. What we're trying to do is perhaps create some imagination, help people think outside the dots, try and be a little bit more innovative in what they're doing, and help educate the professionals in our industry.
because food service is changing, isn't it? There's no two ways about it.
Absolutely, yes. And we're seeing these changes coming quickly. We have examples from recent coffee and beverages reports where parts of the market have changed at 20 or 30% from one year to the next. And that's just extraordinary. And that's because technology and how coffee can be served at home versus at work has changed, and the quality and the cost of doing it has improved. So that means that these sorts of trends happen very quickly and change. And that's why we want to keep an eye on some of these technologies a bit further ahead so that we can see those things coming.